All right, we're live. Hey, what's going on, family? It's Carl David. We have a few people on the hangout with us. We have Pierre, we have Lauren, we have Andre, and Alden. A few people may hop on later on. I may get some Facebook inboxes for people who want to get on. But tonight, guys, I mean, you're gonna get a lot of value. You're gonna get a ton of different stories, experiences, testimonials, and it may help you have a shift. It may help you understand why some things happen to you, or if they were to happen to you, how you can probably deal with it in a positive way. Because tonight we're talking about manifesting. We're talking about actually attracting things, situations, people into our lives. It's the law of attraction, but we're going to go a little bit deeper and specify on how to manifest, what you really have to focus on to get that done. So before I get started, I wanted to pass it around. I'm Carl David. If you don't know who I am, I'm just a regular 24-year-old guy, founder and CEO of Elevated Minds. And this journey that I've been on, I've grown so much, right? And all I've been trying to do is share what I've learned with other people. So this is who I am. And I'm going to pass it to Pierre, introduce himself real quick. This is a guy that I met online. He actually lives in the same city that I do. But, we have I think, what is it, 21 days before we meet in person?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm Pierre. I live here in Montreal with Carl, like he says. So we've pretty much been, I guess, chatting and talking online, but we've never actually met physically. But it feels as if we've done it before. So soon it will happen, and mastermind and share some good ideas.
Hey, appreciate that. Lauren McKinney, are you available right now to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes. Hey, everybody. I'm Lauren McKinney. If you guys don't know, I'm just here to basically help elevate everyone's minds, especially my queens out there. I'm here to encourage somebody, inspire somebody with just my mindset and my stories. And yeah, I'm excited. My heart's beating fast. I haven't been on the hangout. Last week I wasn't on, so that sucks because this is my thing. But yeah, I can't wait to hear everybody's story or what's going on in their minds, because it's been a while, and I'll share what's going on in their minds a little bit.
All right, appreciate that. Andre, you've been hanging out with us literally 3 days straight. And
Yeah.
you literally watched it happen. You felt it. So I want you to kind of introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are, a little bit about you, and then we'll pass it on to Alden, and then I want to bust this thing down, the art of manifesting. Well, I mean, what it means to me, at least. Everybody has a different point of view.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so my name is Andre Dervo. I'm in Montreal too, so basically we're gonna meet up in 21 days, me and Carl and Pierre. So basically it's been 4 years that I'm in network marketing. So, but the past few months, I see a really big shift coming in, and for the last few days, big things coming in. So I'm really excited about that.
Word. Okay, Mr. Alden, my island man. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and tell the people a little bit about you, and I'll get back into sharing a little bit about what I wanted to talk about real quick.
Hi, good night, everybody. My name is Alden Pohl, the CEO and founder of Smart Income Builder. I'm just here to do the same as everybody, empower you and your minds, because being successful is just more than the money. It's also about having the right mindset, because if you don't have the right mind, you might get success, but that success will go away very fast and rapid. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the knowledge that we will be giving y'all tonight. That's about it for now.
All right, let me get back to this hangout. I had my Facebook buzzing. Cool, guys. Okay, it's crazy what's going on right now, because there is a huge shift, and the only reason that shift is happening is because we asked for it. I asked for it, Lauren asked for it, Andre asked for it. If you ask for something and you feel like you deserve it and you believe it, you're probably gonna get it. As a child growing up, I was brought up in a church household. Okay, I'm a man of God. My family's all about church, and that's brought me to a point where okay, I'm very faithful. Along my internet marketing journey, we get into personal development, and then you hear things like law of attraction, law of association, but then you get into manifestation. I've seen this done before, and I never understood how. People talk about it all the time. Oh, I thought about it, and then I made it happen. Or I think red cars, think red cars, and all you can see for the whole day are red cars. And you wonder, what is really going on? Is there something bigger than what meets the eye? Definitely. Because when I learned this, it made me spin around in circles because I understood then that I have the power to create things around me. And let me tell you guys what I mean by that. Human beings, people, on this earth, the majority of us do not know how powerful we are. The society made it that way. So you don't know what's going on. So you're always an ant. You're always a puppet, right? Because that's how they can manipulate you. That's how they can get you to do what they want you to do. But you do have your own mind. You do have your own conscience. You do have the ability to attract and do anything that you want to do. But it starts as a process because imagine, look up, you're born in a situation where you're not well off, you're not wealthy yet, and you're around people who have that mindset because I guess they were brought up in a situation where they were brought up with that mindset. But as you grow up, you start reading things, you start meeting people, you start learning different things, and guess what? Your thoughts, your actions start to change. You start thinking differently, and then different things come into your life. I want to get into the law of attraction, but I want to talk about manifestation and how our thoughts create everything around us. I mean, growing up, I never knew what it was. I was always somebody who wanted more, always wanted more, and life brought it to me. Anything that I could think about, hold on a second. Anything that I could think about would somehow appear. It would somehow come up into my life, and I didn't know what the law of attraction was at the time. I didn't know that I was causing this to happen. I started getting into my teenage years. And going to high school and getting girlfriends, getting this and that. And situations wouldn't always be great. You get into arguments with this. Somebody would get into an accident, or a friend of yours would do something bad to you, but all of this came from you. All of this is coming from your vibrations, your frequencies, and you're putting it out there, and it's coming back to you. A lot of people know it as karma, right? You do something bad, and then karma has no expiration date. It'll come back to you. This is really law of attraction. And more so, manifestation is when you're putting out what you want and you feel it, right? You feel it and you believe it. The universe has no choice but to give you what you're asking for. I want you guys to do research on this after. If you haven't heard of manifesting and the law of attraction and what it really means, because it's so powerful that you can decide to change something and feel it, right? And when you feel it, it starts happening. We train our minds. Us here on the panel, we train our minds every single day because we understand that this is what makes it happen. There's BET, there's VH1, there's all these shows on Netflix, TV, propaganda, the media. Is there any new good news that comes out? Do you ever see anything good? No. They don't want you to think that way. They don't want you to feel good about yourself. They don't want you to know that you have the power to cut that off and start attracting wealth, start attracting abundance, start attracting people. And I'm getting goosebumps. People who have just a line of words that you needed to hear right then and there. Like possibly right now tonight, you need to hear what we're talking about. So you thought about it. You're like, man, I need to get out of my funk. I need to hang around different people. And then all of a sudden, somebody invites you to a hangout like this, and you watch it. And you start feeling what we're talking about because you're one of us. You're that 1% who realizes, hey, man, all this noise out here is just noise. I want more for myself, but I want to learn how I can do it. This is how you do it. You put your thoughts. You put your thoughts together. Like you plan things out. I write goals down and I stare at them every single day. What this does is you're wiring your subconscious mind to start asking for it. You're attracting it into your life. And one thing that I know that I was missing, right, was the feeling. Feeling like right now, I'm happy, I deserve it, I'm going to make it happen. It's the feeling. It's the state that you're in right now because yesterday already happened, you know, and the future is what we're trying to create. But right now is the only moment we can feel it. Right now is the only moment we can feel happy about being rich, right? Because if you believe it, there's no way it can't happen. That's how people become millionaires, billionaires, because they thought about it. That's how Thomas Edison, you know, created all these inventions. They were thoughts first, and he believed that it could happen. And then guess what? An idea, a person, an event happened to get his creations to come about. A pen, you think this pen was just, it fell out of the sky? No. Somebody thought about it. Wait a minute. What if I could take, you know, something? I'm tired of these people dipping my chicken feather, my bird feather in some ink and then writing it down. Well, what if we could create something? Think about it. Everything starts in your head. Relationships start in your head. You see a girl that you like, right? Or you're asking God, you're asking the universe for somebody that you connect with. It's not even somebody specific. It's somebody that has the qualities that you're asking for. You put it out there and you feel it, and then all of a sudden, you know, one night, I don't know, wherever you meet that person, you run into them. You strike conversation, and then things take from one place to another, and then here you are. It's beautiful how it happens. What we have to do is remove ourselves from how it will happen and just think about feeling it right now. Like, think about it. Close your eyes. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because I know exactly where I see myself. On a hammock. With drinks, with my people, hanging out, stress-free, and helping other people do the same thing. You have to be clear about it. I feel it. I feel it. I believe it. And there's no way it won't happen. I'm telling you right now, because the shifts that have been going on the last couple of months have brought me to a place of, like, if you guys know what I'm talking about, consolidation. I was on an uptrend, and I'm now in consolidation because I'm trying to figure out what's the next move. And I can't say I'm gonna make it happen now. I can just trust my thoughts, trust my belief, and let it happen. And believe that it's gonna happen. You know, nobody is here right now without the law of attraction. I did not meet Lauren by accident. She hit me up on Instagram, right? 2 years ago almost. And Alden I met through a 15-year-old girl. Who would have thought that? Andre and Pierre live here in Montreal. I just found out that Andre is on Pierre's team in Grand. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. It's all a chain of events that's going to lead to more chains of events. And guess what? We thought about things like this. I thought about hosting my own webinars and giving value to people of things that I've learned. And if you guys are watching this and you have thoughts and you have visions and you have goals, just believe in it, please. If there's anything that you could do, believe. Anybody that tells you otherwise, cut them out of your life. Believe in what you want to do. Whatever that thing is, whatever those goals are, they can happen. They can absolutely happen. I'm feeling it happen right now. So I'm gonna leave this alone. I have Pierre here who wants to share a story with his experience with manifestation and how he's, different events that has happened and things that can happen in his life. But I'm gonna come back because I have a story to tell you guys too. But Pierre, I want you to, go ahead and share what you were sharing before, man, because that's powerful. That's things that people experience and they don't know what it is that's going on. They have no idea what is actually going on.
No problem. Actually, before I tell that story, you want to hear something crazy?
I mean,
You said you didn't know Andre was on my team, right?
mhm.
Funny thing is, I used to sell softwares online. I sold his girlfriend one of my softwares, and it turns out his girlfriend, well, is Andre's girlfriend, and she's on his team. It's crazy.
Wow, it is a small world, man. Small
It
world,
is a
but
very
also
small world.
so
But
they're so connected.
Yeah, but what my story is like, Carl was saying, you have to feel what you want. You have to feel what you attract, because the feeling can be, you can actually, it becomes palpable. You can actually touch it. In my case, I have many experiences with that, but I guess the most recent one is I had a car that I did not like in the past. The car was okay, so. And as one day I was driving up on the bridge at Cartier here in Montreal. I was like, you know what? How would it feel to be in a new car? How would it feel, holding like the wheel? How would people look at me as I'm in the car? How, it's all about that visualization and that feeling. I don't think of it in the future. I don't think of it in the past. I'm doing it live in the present as if it's already happening. It's done deal. Guys, I did it for maybe about a week, okay? I could feel it. During that week, the current car I had started having like major problems, breaking down. I mean, things went bad. And then suddenly I had one of my friends, she's like, look, I have this car for my dad. He's too old to drive it. Do you want to take it over? I'm like, oh my God. And that was exactly what I wanted. That was exactly a week and a half later. And I've had so many different experiences. And the thing is, good or bad, or apparently bad, because remember what you feel and what you think most of the time, that's what you attract, whether you realize it or not. People say, oh, I have bad luck, this is happening to me. I mean, take responsibility for your life, because you attracted that exact situation. Even in even if in your mind you say there's no way I would do it, but you had that subconscious, there's that little underlying, I guess, bandwidth that you're not aware of that's making things happen for you. So you have to be present, be aware, know what you're thinking all the time, and especially know what you're feeling all the time to attract exactly what you want to attract. So that's pretty much it.
Wow. I got nuggets from there because if you paid attention, that's a great story, Pierre. Because things like that happen to people. They don't ever realize what was it, what did that, and it's crazy how it was somebody's father who couldn't drive the car anymore, and it was the exact one. The beautiful part is the fact that the car that you had currently started breaking down, and you probably started asking yourself, oh man, how am I gonna get here now? This is that. Now, if you start thinking like that, you're just gonna attract more bad things. You might break a toe. But
Exactly.
understanding that this whole process may be a breakdown for a huge comeback. You got a huge setup. You got exactly what you were looking for. Visualization and understanding that our state, our current state, like right now, what you feel is an affirmation. If you say I have bad luck, which don't take that back, I don't have bad luck. I always say I have great luck because I'm attracting that. If I say, oh man, I don't know if I could do that, or I always get it wrong, or you're hey, I always get it wrong. Give me some more wrong. You got to stop that. You have to change your whole mindset. You have to rewire it, and it's not easy, but neither is it is being broke. I love saying that. You have to start changing the way you do things to attract different things. You have to think differently. Read books, do personal development, and mastermind. Get around people like this. Even if it's not us, get around people who are going to elevate and push you and get you to think that you deserve more, because I know you deserve more. Guys, it's 2014. Look around you. There's a lot of things going on. If you don't capitalize now, you're going to be left behind. Like, seriously. Take control and start doing things differently. I want to pass this to Lauren real quick and let her share a little bit about manifestation and how she goes about her law of attraction.
Okay, so I love Pierre's story. That's kind of gave me chills because he really did manifest that. But what I wanted to tap into, which Carl kind of talked about, was being present, but also removing yourself from the details of what's happening now. And why I say this is because me personally, it's been a consolidation. It's been a up and down. It's been choppy the last couple of months. And I'm very analytical. I like to analyze everything to the T. Carl can vouch for that. And I'm like, I used to be to the, and I could feel it in my life. I could feel the difference. And I literally just told him today, I removed myself from whatever situation that was in a negative. And I feel so good for doing that. You have to manifest nothing but good. And what I think is happening with our generation is we don't believe we deserve it. We don't believe we deserve the good. We don't believe that it can happen to a regular person like us to get, blessings, unconditional blessings, unlimited blessings. We pray about it all the time, but do you believe it? We pray about it all the time, but do you believe it? But belief without faith is nothing, right? What's the point in God blessing you when you don't believe in what you're praying about? And I had to check myself because I could see my belief kind of doing a seesaw. And that wasn't fair to my life. That wasn't fair to anybody that I'm supposed to have a purpose in their life for either. I have to be in full belief regardless of my situation. I had to remove myself from the details and not try to be analytical about it because God is the person that's creating my details. I had to learn, and it's crazy because successful people tell you the secret. The problem with us humans is we want to know exactly the exact route of how to get to where they're going. They tell you the main key to success is read and listen to personal development. But the reason why they tell you the main key because they know we're not going to take the key and turn the lock. They know we're not going to stick the key in there and turn the lock. So that's why they pump it in us so much because most of us are scared to do something different to manifest something bigger in our lives. We can't manifest things when we have no control of our mindset. When your mindset is going crazy like a mad person, your life is going to continue to go crazy like a mad person. You get that? When you have no control of your mind, your life spins out of control until you grab a hold of your mind. I'm telling you this, and it's true. If I did not start personal development, and I always knew, just like Carl and the rest of these individuals out here, I always wanted greater. But I didn't come into the key until about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. My mind was out of control. Not saying that I was a crazy person, but I didn't have that stability that I needed in order for God to bring me to the next level of my life. I feel like everything that I've been through in these last couple of months has only been detailed steps that I had to withdraw myself and allow him to be in control and me learn how to control my mind in order to take me to the next level. That's what I feel like that I had to do personally. And if it wasn't for me reading a book or listening to an audio, whether it was 15 minutes or an hour or so forth, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And I'm thankful because I asked God to guide me. And his guidance was to put me in front of a book. It was to put me in front of an audio that he knew that I had to take part of my responsibility. As Pierre said, I had to be responsible to take part of my part, which was my mind, while he controlled everything else around me. And together we manifest nothing but blessings. That's what's happening. I am excited because it's scary. It's a good scary, but it's something that you don't understand until you literally do it. It's something you, just like Pierre said, you take your mind into the now stage and you control everything around you to the point where you know the smell of that car. You know how you're going to make the left turn in that car. You know what glasses you're going to wear while you're in that car. You know everything. And it feels so damn good. And guess what? We are so deserving of it. But I need everyone to understand this that's watching this or that's going to hear everybody speak and hear me say this. You deserve it. You deserve it. I don't know how many times, I don't care if my life was everywhere. I sat down and I said it out loud. I deserve it. And I'm about to come to tears because this is real. Because I don't know how many times it took for me to sit down and say, I deserve something that I knew God was creating for me to go in the future with, to only be better than where I'm at right now. Sorry, guys.
I love it.
Because this is, I can't believe this is like crazy. I'm a Leo, remember that. I'm a lioness. But no, I really hope this touches somebody because it's that real. It gets that deep. And if you can just please listen to somebody that is handing over that book that can take you to the next level, that's willing to sit down and pray with you and tell you it's going to be okay. I just need you to do your part and create that okay environment. I need you to believe in yourself. I need you to know that this is only God pushing you forward. I'm a vessel for your life right now. I don't know why I'm talking to you. Listen to them. Listen to Andre, Alden, Carl, Pierre, whoever that has nothing, that wants nothing for the best of you, because it's a lot of cruel people in this world. It's a lot of cruel people in this world. And just like Carl said, it's a lot of things that's going on in this world. And if you don't open your eyes out, you will be left behind. You and your family will be left behind. So please, please, please pick up a book and go forward in life. Believe it. Believe that you can do it. Know that you can do it. No matter how many failures you have. I don't know how many times these individuals on this panel and myself have failed our way to where we're at right now. And we're not even scratching the surface of where we deserve to be. Trust and believe we are making noise. You may not see, it may not look like we are, but trust and believe every single day we take a step forward. And if we take a step back, trust and believe my God pushes us 2 steps forwards from that. So I just want you guys to know, manifest what you want in life. If you know you want a red car, you think about the color red all the time. If you want that house just to keep a safe roof over your family, manifest that into your life. If you want to never be in a negative in your bank account, because trust and believe, we all been there before, so let's humble ourselves. Manifest positivity in your bank account. If you want to, be the next inspirational speaker out there, motivational speaker, manifest it. Stand up in your mirror and talk every day as if you're in front of a crowd of 1,000 people. Do it every single day. And it takes practice. And it may not happen overnight, but it will happen. And you have to see that in your mind before it happens. In order for you to see that in your mind before it happens, you have to work on your mindset. Trust and believe. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like so in tune. My vibes is nothing but positive. You don't know what I'm going through right now, but I guarantee I am nothing but focused on positivity. If you are bringing negative into my life, I don't care if one of these individuals came to me the next hour and said, you can't do it, trust and believe, I'm going to have to remove them from my circle. If you're a family member, if you're a friend, I love you, but I cannot deal with negativity. Because you will not stop me from my dreams. You will not stop me from my goals. And you will not stop me from inspiring the next person that God has placed me on this earth to inspire. And that's what I'm here to do. That's why I know I'm exactly where I need to be. Because for me to have such a peace of mind at this point in my life, if you knew what was going on around me as far as noise, I promise you this is nothing but God. And it's nothing because it's also because I manifest this and I asked God to do this for me. I asked for peace and He's placed it on my heart. And I believe in it. I cut the noise out and I believe in the peace that He's placed in my heart. And I'm happy. I'm okay. I was able to smile because the sun is shining. I was able to smile because my daughter's smiling at me every single morning. She manifests this stuff in my life before I can sometime. And I know God placed her in my life for a reason because she's one of His biggest vessels in my life. So I'm gonna pass it along. I guess Andre Carl, you want to speak, but yeah, guys, I'm there.
That was powerful.
Yeah,
That was
very
extremely
powerful.
powerful. I felt it, you know? And that's what we're talking about. Feeling excited and feeling that you deserve it. Lauren, I mean, whoever is watching this, thank you for saying exactly what you said. Guys, you're deserving. You deserve all of this. And if you don't think you deserve it, well then you probably don't deserve it. Think about it. You have to envision yourself where you want to be and like right now, like feel it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna pass it along to Andre because Lauren, that was all the girls out there screaming, "Woo, go Lauren!" But if you want to hop on real quick, man, and talk a little bit about manifestation and the power of visualizing stuff, and share a little bit of your story, I'm excited to hear it, man.
Thanks, bro. It's really amazing last few days regarding the group overall. But basically, I'm just going to explain you my journey from the beginning of the year. Because January 1st, I told myself by the end of the year, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to do the 9 to 5 circle because it was a circle for at least 12 years. I didn't have the time to look at my family, take the time to do something with them, and I put me a plan for the next 12 months, and it started with changing my mindset by by making a decision with myself to read books, put myself with people that has the same mindset as me. And by the end of June, I told myself, I'm just gonna stop working. And that's what I did. And I said to myself, God will give me a way of pulling through and put myself with the best people around. And I didn't know exactly how it was going to do, but right now, since today, it gave me a really big light, and and that's about it.
Appreciate that, man. So you can decide, right? You can decide exactly what you want, and it does start from making a decision. You're talking about you decided in June that you're not going to work anymore. I remember um, when I made that decision. You know, I was working at a restaurant, and you guys know how it is. You work in that job, and if you're anything like us, anything like anybody out here who's serious about their future, that whole time while you're at that job, you're thinking about leisure. You're thinking about your family's well-being. You're thinking about playing golf, whatever it is that you like to do. You're thinking about your little girl back at home. You're thinking about what you really want to do. And then all of a sudden, these ideas start stirring up. All of a sudden, somebody comes into your life and says, "Hey, look at this." All of a sudden, momentum shifts, and then all of a sudden, you start believing more. This is exactly what's going on. I remember that moment when I did it, and Andre, you just did it. Focus, because you know what's about to happen. Focus, focus, and continue to feel good about it, because you deserve it, man. You deserve it. Alden, bro, come out here and tell the party people what this is all about. Because, hey, mindset is everything, man. If you if you hang around broke people, you're gonna be broke.
You're gonna be the next broke one. You hang around rich-minded people, you're gonna be the next rich one, point blank. Because especially with Lauren, man. Carl, I tear up too, real man stuff because it's real, people. It has to come from within, point blank. Honestly, with me, Carl, me and Carl, Lauren, we met in person. And it was mind blowing. I have no words for that. That whole experience, it was a mind shift in its own. You know, Um, it Lauren messed my whole head up, you know, because is everything she said, everything everybody said tonight is reality. That's how it has to happen. You have to manifest everything into existence, point blank. You know, for one, you have to believe in yourself. A lot of people nowadays, they down themselves. They say, "Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that." When you say that, that's what you're manifesting. You're manifesting that you really can't do these stuff. But in reality, you can, because God has put the will in everybody to become somebody. Point blank. It all comes from within at the end of the day. It all comes from the mindset. Like Lawrence said, you have to control your mind. You have to control what you put in your mind. Point blank. If you're sitting down on TV watching people light themselves on fire, what is that? What are you manifesting in your future? You know, it's reality. It's all reality. You know, if you manifest watching these people, like for instance, buying shoes, spending, you know, going shopping for clothes, material stuff before you deal with what's more important, your future. You know what I'm saying? And it's I can't even think of the word. There's no word for it. It's just stupidity. I'm trying to find a better word for it. You know, you have to put your mind in the right places, people. Like Lauren said, pick up books. I personally didn't like to read, you know, but I realized that, you know, the successful people, all the 6, 7 figure earners that I have a chance to sit down and talk to, they say the same thing. Why do you think they say the same thing? Because it works. But like Lauren says, they give us the keys, but most people don't turn the ignition. They don't turn the lock to open the door. Why? Why are you doing it? If you are one of the people that's doing it, stop. It makes no sense. If you're all over the place, you have to sit down and think to yourself, what do you really want? And if you're currently doing a business or you're trying to get your own business started, think, what do you have to do to get what you want and start manifesting it into your daily actions? If you know getting your mind right is what you have to do in order to move forward, if you know, like me personally, I know I used to wake up with a lot of negativity in my heart, inside of me. A lot. Like before we got on this webinar, someone said it's easier to go downhill than to go uphill. You feel me? And we're trying to rise to the top, the heights of the heights. You feel me? And in order to get up there, you got to elevate your mindset, point blank. You understand? It's real talk. I don't want to go too long. I got a lot to say because it's real. Your check is real. And I get into my accent because it's like, yo, the stupidity that I see every day is not even sickening, but it's sad. It's sad because I see a lot of potential out there, but that potential is blocked out. Not a physical wall like we said earlier, but a mental wall in your head that's stopping you from being where you want to be. It's allowing you to complain every day. Stop complaining and do something. Manifest what's right in life. Everybody knows what's right. You're just doing what's wrong because that's the trend to do what's wrong. Get your minds right, people. Real talk.
Hey, yo, if anybody wants to the recording, I'm selling it for $50 times 3. This is just, it's value on top of value. You got to understand. Everybody here is from different places, but we all understand that what we have to continue to work on is right here. It's all in our head. The moment I learned that I create the world around me, I started playing movies. And then the movies started getting bad because of the stuff that's around us, the problems that are around us. The movies started getting bad. I'm like, oh my God, I got to stop that. YouTube, boom, book, accountability partner. Surround yourself with people who are gonna, help you get away from that negativity. And if you see something that you don't like, compartmentalize. Decide to unfollow. Decide to delete. Decide to remove that person from your circle. Like Lauren always says, step outside of my circle. I don't need you right here. You're not doing anything for me. And the whole point of manifesting positivity, you still have decisions to make while you're manifesting. If you're gonna ask for something, right, and you believe that you deserve it, and you feel like it's coming, and then it goes, hey man, I'm here, and you're so busy thinking about noise that you forgot that you asked for something, and it doesn't come in the form that you asked for. It just came in a different way, and you don't realize that is the golden bucket that you've been asking for, but it's covered with a little bit of dirt, right? You don't realize that. This is what usually happens. There's a shitstorm before the big glorious gates open up for you. It says it all the time in Think and Grow Rich. When the blessings come, when that money comes into your life, when the great situations come into your life, when you have a great event, something positive, there's usually something negative right before it. And most of us, I fell victim to it. You see something negative, what's your first reaction as a human being? You're instinctive. Your first instinct is to be like, oh my God, oh man, it's bad. But calm yourself and try to see the light in the negative situation, because that negative situation could just be an obstacle or a test or you mentally blocking yourself. You mentally blocking yourself from the next phase. And the only way to get to the next phase is to really focus on that positivity. So be grateful for what you have now. You'll feel so good about it now. Mm-hmm. That's why we say grace now. That's why when you eat and you say, God, thank you for this food now. Don't thank it for it tomorrow. You're eating it now. It's blessing you now. You could cure diseases with manifestation. Guys, you could attract money. You can attract relationships. You can attract people. You can also attract bad things with what you think about. So the next time you pull out that Call of Duty, next time you pull out these video games that don't give you positive vibes, that make you feel scared, next time you watch the movie The Purge, I don't like that stuff. I don't like feeling down. Jermaine made a point on the Hangout last week. Any of the brutality videos that you see going around, you watch that, guess what's going to happen? Another one's going to show up. Why? Why did that happen? Because your mind saw it, you started thinking about it, and you get what you think about most of the time. That's just nuggets. It's just facts. You get what you think about most of the time. So if you think about any little negative thing, and negative, usually it's easier to think of negative stuff because it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's so easy to slip into that mindset. But it's so much more beneficial to think wealth, to think prosperity, to be good to people, to inspire people. Do you ever go down the street and you do something nice for somebody and they look at you funny because you did something nice for them? They didn't expect it. Do that more often. Give and you shall receive. That's why I named this hangout Ask and You Shall Receive. When you put out positive vibes, it's magnetism. We're bodies of frequency. If you guys don't understand this, then I'll let you go do your own research. We're just bodies of energy. When you put out frequency, when you put out positive energy, protons, you're attracting that. You're asking for it to come back. A lot of people know it as the word karma. Okay? What you put out is what you receive. So if you're thinking ill on another person, if you're thinking negative on another person, you're thinking all that to yourself. Love people. Even if it's so hard to do that sometimes, but that's what makes you that alpha person, the next level. We don't got time to think of minuscule things. Actually, the minuscule things don't even exist because it's all in your head. If you don't want it to be a problem, it ain't a problem. And I want to leave you guys with that, because the mind is the most powerful tool that we have. You know, this whole family that we've created, this whole, you know, these Wednesday night hangouts, and then we hop off of this and we just continue to chop it up. We do personal development together. We grow together. And all of these beautiful flowers are springing up. Alden's got good news. Dre's got good news. Pierre's like, yeah, yo, we asked for it. We asked for it. And you don't really need to know how or who or what's going to make it happen, but just believe it's going to happen because it's going to happen. You know, I love you guys. I want to pass it to whoever wants to share some more nuggets, but hey, we wanted to show you our side. Manifesting is just believing, thinking about, like I told you guys the example of a pen. You think this came out of nowhere, this Kindle? You think your iPhone, you think that just came out of nowhere? Or did somebody think, oh, hey, maybe I should, but wait, how can I do that? Man, that's never been done before. No, it hasn't. But guess what? We can create it. We can create it. So what do we have to do? We have to think about it. I wanted to do this, and then guess what? Now you got all these phones. The next one's coming out in a couple months. Stock's going crazy. Pay attention. Pay attention to the little things, and you'll see what's really going on around the world. Okay? Pay attention. It took the man 10,000 fails to create this sexy ass light. It took 10,000 failures. You know what? And somebody told the man, Thomas Edison, you failed 10,000 times. He's like, no. I successfully figured out 10,000 ways not to do it.
That's right.
Yo, I want to say one thing, right? Not to cut you off, but it's really important, and I feel people need to really understand this. If without failure, you will never, ever have real success, and you won't understand what success is. You know what I'm saying? Because I personally has failed a lot. And like, you know what Thomas Edison, he found other ways to not do it. You know what not to do. You know, when you fail, you understand, okay, I did this wrong, I failed, but I'm going to not do this. I'm going to do this a different way, and you have success. Like, even with the manifestation in Miami, Carl and Lauren, y'all know what happened.
Yes. Hey.
Two different things, two distinct things happened. You know, while everybody was, you know, having fun, I said to myself, I have to do this because I know if I do it, something's going to materialize from it. And two good, powerful things materialize from it. And it's just history from there. You got to come out your comfort zone. That's the main thing right there. When you come out your comfort zone, that's when you'll stop complaining, because a lot of new things will happen. Everybody is used to this comfort zone of negativity. Come out of it. This comfort zone of downing yourself and complaining. Get out of it. Life is better, people.
Like
that's the thing. You have to use your brain, but people, that's the part of your body that we use the less of, is our brain. We don't use enough of it. Just like Carl was saying, 10,000 times. 10,000 times. Now, in this world, let's be real. Go turn on the news, you'll quit after the first time. Go turn to Love and Hip Hop, you'll give up on that relationship after the first fault. Guess what? You're not perfect either, right? Okay, I thought so. After, you know, if you know your friends or your families are not supportive, one time you give up. That's why you have to create your universe in your circle as well. It's important to have these individuals that I have. People like that. It doesn't have to be us specifically, but people like that in your lives. Because after the 10,000 time that you figured out it doesn't work, guess what? One of them going to say, try one more time. Oh, don't worry about it. You got it the next time. Because if it wasn't for them half of the time, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this webinar in the state of mind that I'm in. I would have gave up last year when I attempted my first time. You have to, you have to embrace these failures, because just like you're holding that Android or that iPhone, guess how many times they failed to make that product? Go Google it. Go look it up. Steve Jobs didn't actually get noticed until after he was 30, right? 30.
Yeah.
And he put a product out before them multiple times, and guess what? They told him no. They said, "You're stupid. What is this mess?" And probably looked at him like he was crazy. He knew what he had. He knew what potential he desired. He knew what he desired, and he knew what he deserved. And he didn't quit. And I guarantee nobody out here that has, and success does not mean that you have to have a shitload of money. No, it doesn't mean that either. It can mean just like a baby that was able to take 2 steps instead of 1 from the previous day. That's success. That's a success story. Trust and believe. As a mother, I cheered my baby on, and every step that she took, I thought I was the richest person in the world, because I was the one that was helping encouraging her. So that's a success story. I helped my daughter get into she's in 1st grade this year. If it wasn't for me doing any and everything, because mind you, as a parent, you have no manual to tell you how to do this, A, B, C, D in order. I failed my way in motherhood. I'm not perfect, but I did the best that I can do with what I had, and I also had support system to help me push her to be the little girl that she is today. And she's a hell of a little girl, 6-year-old. I tell you that. Carl can vouch it. And I'm not just bragging because she's mine.
She's something else.
But, that's for anybody that's out there. Even as a parent, think about those moments in your life. When I failed, I'll be honest, I failed my driving test 2 times. My 3rd time was a charm, and I almost failed that one. But if I would have, I had people that said, "Girl, you can't drive." Now, what if I would have took that in a negative aspect and quit and never went to go get my driver's license again? That's a success story. So it doesn't mean, when we talk about success, I hope you guys aren't interpreting it as having a whole bunch of money. Because I can tell you my biggest success stories came without the money.
Breakthroughs.
My biggest success stories came without the money. Trust me, my biggest breakthroughs were more mental. Spiritual was probably my biggest success stories ever. Anything dealing with my spiritual side has broken into something that a multimillionaire cannot touch. I would never trade what I experienced on that side that God has done in my life and inside of me as a woman and growing as a woman. I could never trade that for $1 million. That's how powerful it is. I'm not materialistic to say that I can tell you today, tonight, that I'm successful. Because I am. Guess what? Because I believe it. Because I deserve it. That's it. So you have to fail your way to success. When I heard that, it struck me like lightning. Fail your way to success. People would laugh at that. Why would you want to fail? That's stupid. I have heard all kinds of comments on that.
And it's the quickest way to learn.
Exactly. Because I can't trade those experiences. And those experiences only create wisdom. And you can never take away wisdom. You could take away my money, but you can never take away my wisdom. So I'm going to go, Carl standing up. I know he's going to probably do backflips on y'all.
Do backflips, but I wanted to touch on what you were saying about people saying you can't do it. That's an affirmation. If you allow that person, right, or those people, or a group of people, or whatever, deter you from what you believe in, somebody plants a seed in your head, and now, remember, you get what you think about most of the time. You attract what you think about. So if somebody thought about it, and then they put it into your head, and then they walk away, and then you start thinking about it, now you got to deal with that problem. Because you're allowing it to stir in your mind. You're allowing yourself to manifest somebody else's negative seed. Be careful what you allow people to say to you. Or if they say it to you, This is why we grow our minds. This is why we become more mentally strong. If somebody tells me I can't do it, all right, okay, cool. I used to get upset. I used to say, I'll show you. Now it's like, okay, I can't do it. Punk ass, watch. Because I know where my mind is. I know where my faith lies, and I know what I'm capable of. No, that's it. That's all. And what's crazy is I also don't know what I'm capable of. That's the beautiful part about it, too. So I'm working on manifesting that part, growing myself in different areas. I'm going to be on stage. Inspiring millions of people. Not thousands, millions. People do that. Inspire millions of people. And I feel like I was put on this earth for more than just, you know, whatever, man. I mean, everybody has a story. You know, I am somebody who I'm already changing lives. I've been doing it for years. There's people who inbox me and told me thank you for stuff that they've seen on videos years ago, 2 years ago, months ago, and it's all a progression. And back then, I didn't even know what manifestation was. I didn't even know what law of attraction was. I just knew that if I got on a YouTube video and put it on Facebook, you know, somebody would see it. But guys, be careful what you let people do to you. Be careful what you allow penetrating into you, because you attract. If y'all got anything from this hangout, from anything from what I was saying, Pierre, Lauren, Alden, Andre, if you guys got anything from this hangout, it's you attract what you think about most of the time. A lot of people don't understand this. Look, if somebody's never told you before, you attract what you think about in your head. Everything. Where you at right now is because of your thoughts. Where I'm at right now is because of my thoughts. Where everybody on this panel is because they thought about it subconsciously, and that's why they are where they are right now. And the only way to progress, the only way to advance, the only way to grow is to picture yourself rich, successful, wealthy, happy, grateful right now. Like right now. Right this moment is when you can feel it, and that's why it's important to do consistent personal development. That's why it's important to consistently be around people who motivate you, because one bad day, man, you go sit down in the corner, and then guess what? You're gonna start thinking bad, and then a bad thing's gonna happen. It's gonna start making you think more bad, and you're just gonna attract more of it. It's a domino effect. So as soon as you get into a positive vibe, or you know that you can go seek positive information, engulf yourself with it, surround yourself with it. Let that stuff just be all over you. Let it take over your mind, because positive vibes is what you need. That's what everybody needs. Babies only feel love. They pee, they poop on you, man. They happy. They're happy. They don't know any better. And that's great. That's when we were innocent, and then we were starting to grow up in this environment, in this world, and you just start seeing things that you probably shouldn't see. You start thinking about things that you probably shouldn't think about, and then you start attracting it. You know, and then you get to a point where you're like, wow, is this what life is really all about? No, that's what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know how powerful you actually are, and I want you to know how powerful you actually are. You're great. You know, you can do whatever you want. You know, it's a true testimonial, guys. And I'm not gonna keep this any longer. I feel like doing backflips. I don't know how to do a backflip, and I didn't manifest learning that yet. So in due time, I'll do a backflip for y'all. But I wanted to just I love you guys, man. I love you guys. In the next couple of months, you'll see more growth from us, and then hopefully we see more growth from you, because once you decide to change, it's just a thought process. It really is. Once you decide to change, you start doing things differently. You're going to start thinking differently. You're going to start seeing what you think about come into your life. Focus on the Mercedes that you want. Focus on that college degree that you want to achieve. Focus on the happy marriage that you want to have. But you got to focus on it now. You got to feel it right now, like right now. All right? So if any of you guys wanted to add something before I close this out, feel free to jump on and do so.
I'm good.
All right.
Stay positive, people.
Stay
Positive
Yeah.
vibes all the time. Understand?
Be a proton. Don't be an electron. Don't even be a neutron. Be a proton.
Yes.
Love you
All right,
guys.
see you, everybody.
Good night.
All right, man.
Adios, everybody.